Hello and welcome back to the oven, the workshop. Might as well be an oven today. Hottest day of the year. As you can tell from the sheen on my head, it's pretty warm. I've got the door cracked open, but even with that, I'm not going to be able to stick it out much longer. You'll also notice I'm not wearing glasses because I managed to lose my glasses at the cricket yesterday. If anybody stumbles across a pair of Dolce & Gabbana prescription specs, I'd very much like them back, thank you very much. But no good so far. Fortunately, the day before I'd ordered some new ones because my eyesight's getting worse and they needed some stronger ones, so not too long to wait with a bit of luck. Nonetheless, if I'm a bit blinky, it's not just the sweat and the heat, it's that I can't really see as well. Another short episode today because it's that last 20% business. All the wiring, not very exciting to watch, just sort of plugging things in, buttoning things up, locking things down, so we can get this thing back on the road. I've thread locked and mounted most of the stuff in the battery box, in the high voltage junction box. I've drilled the holes for the resistor, which is actually going to sit down here, so it's quite nicely down there. So I'll have to extend these cables once I've got it bolted in. But yeah, most of that's ready to go now. I've been working on the 12-volt wiring, so stripping out all of the excess stuff and the old stuff and just cleaning things up, rerouting as well, because with everything in the engine bay having moved around, things were in the wrong channels, in the wrong little grommets and things. So I'm slowly moving things around. I can't find the plug for the resolver. It must be at home somewhere. I know I've got one. I just need to dig that out. Or maybe actually that's the one I had to make. It is. That's the one I've had to make. I'll have to find that somewhere or maybe print a new one. CAN bus wiring needs sorting out. So that's obviously new CAN bus wiring. I'd like to put a new plug on the charger as well. I've definitely got one of those somewhere because that's a little bit flaky. It'll do for now. It's a little bit flaky. Obviously separated out all the charger wiring. Going to route, I think, most stuff sort of along here, up here, past the amp seal, and in through this hole here, and then whatever needs to go into the relay can go. Big changes. I came to the realization that because I'm now using proper contactors, which have got these sense lines on, I can use the sense lines on the main contactor to trigger the one of the relays up here. So this relay with which has got DC to DC converter and heating on it. You can see I've got 3 relays under here. Oh, actually 3 relays there, on, charge, run. So the charge one is basically should be on when the main contactor's closed. So yeah, so we can do when the charge is the wrong word, but you know, when that one's closed, DC to DC should be on. And so what we can do actually is run a line from here, from these sense lines on the contactor up to there to trigger that relay. And so whenever this contactor is closed, or only when this contactor is closed, will the DC to DC converter come on, and that will also be what gives power to our heater. So our heater will only be able to power up when that contactor is closed, save us pulling stuff through the pre-charge relay and resistor and blowing it up. So yeah. Also done the piping for the brake booster, so that's all connected up now. Just need to add some connectors from the sensor switch to power. Unfortunately, it's got weird, slightly undersized spade terminals on it, so I might solder to that, solder to those and put a normal sort of connector on, or I could get some smaller spades, but I could just solder to it and that should be fine, as long as I don't get it too hot. Been looking at the wiring for the PAS pump That just needs, I've got halfway through putting a crimp connector on there and then realised I don't actually have my crimping pliers with me, not the ones for those sorts of crimps. So that'll have to wait. Same reason that the, well not quite the same reason, but similar reason to why the pre-charge resistor is not in there yet. I forgot to bring any M4 nuts and screws. And yeah. One more little thing, the 3D printed caps are on the screw heads over there. They need sticking on, they're not quite, well actually they're quite a tight fit, but yeah, I might just sort of silicone those down. They didn't fit at the back because they fouled the contactors for connecting up to the secondary battery box. So I might have to trim those down, but I don't have the right Dremel tool with me to do that. So I'll have to bring that tomorrow or later in the week as well. Now I think I really have covered off everything I meant to cover in that little segment. That'll have to do for today. I am wilting and in need of a ice bath probably. Another update coming later this week where we should have a lot of that wiring done, unless it gets even hotter and I can't survive in here. But then it's just getting the valance on, getting the last bits of plumbing done. I've got to get the X frame on underneath. I must not forget that before I take this down off jack stands. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time. Bye bye.